I like to tell people I stumbled into it. I ended up going to school in a small town, Appleton, Wisconsin. And so my high school football coach knew my college coach. And so he said, hey, you should look at Lawrence University. And so I went and visited, loved it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go here. So that's another stumble. But that really kind of launched me into being in Wisconsin. After I graduated, I ended up living in Monaco, Wisconsin, and I ended up getting hired by a large registered investment advisor in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. So I worked there for about 2 years, and I started taking a lot of accounting and finance classes. And once I kind of got to graduation, the way I ended up getting to the firm up north is I cold called. I literally got on the phone and I started dialing, and I would call all the companies I could find on this one website I found in the state of Wisconsin and Illinois. And they happened to pick up, and they were hiring at the time. And they brought me in. I started as essentially like a part-time receptionist, and I happened to be the person that raises his hand a lot. So they'd say, hey, we need this to be done. And I would say, okay, I'll do it. And I just ended up growing my way through this. We started back in 2015. Our previous two firms were very investment management heavy, which makes sense, right? They were AUM based firms, and it was a big focus of their service. And so when we started LBW, we had the same focus. We're like, hey, we're going to do this assets under management. But as we continued to go through and developing our own planning process, we started to realize that, hey, there's a lot of value here, and there's a lot going on that we can do and provide. And as we started growing as a firm as well, we just happened to get into this client base that our industry calls Henry, so high earners, not rich yet. And so what was hard is that they didn't have a lot of assets that we could manage, but there was a lot that we could do for them on the planning side. And so we really just started to get into this demographic. We're like, you know what, there's a really good fit for us, but that means that we need to switch our service and our model. And so we ended up doing a subscription based fee. So we get paid monthly, and people can cancel at any time, and they are not required to bring us any assets. I think is going to continue to be more planning centric. And you're seeing a lot of that is to grow, where you're seeing a lot of firms like ourselves switching our business model up a little bit, especially more solo advisors that are coming in. I see it all the time where they're, subscription based or fee only or, hourly based, because there's this idea that planning is something that's very real and valuable. And that's what clients want, especially the younger generation. And when I say younger, probably anywhere from, 30 to 45. And so I think you're only going to see that persist over time. I think that these 30-year-olds and stuff, they want customized planning. So I always like to tell our clients, I may advise you on something that looks very different than someone that I just talked to yesterday that has the exact same maybe net worth and income and assets to you, because I understand your situation to a very high degree, and I know how we need to move forward on this. So the idea of true customized planning and not just like, hey, let's just ramp this up and roll it out as fast as we can. And then to be able to scale that is going to be really the winner. And I think that it's not even that the advisor will need to do that. It's that the end client is going to expect that, because they're getting that from every other aspect of their life.
Right.
Everything is becoming more customized, more directly to them.